Hello and welcome to the APGallery's very first video blog post. Today I will be decorating this t-shirt with using 3 products that I've never tried before. So, just want to introduce you to them before I get started. First, I will be using this special block printing mat that I found at Hobby Lobby. It's supposed to be for wood block printing stamps, but today I will be trying it with this rubber stamp and see if this will be just as effective in a clean print on a t-shirt. The second product I'm using is this golden fabric painting medium. I'm trying this out for the first time because I have used Golden's fabric silkscreen gel medium and I love it so much, but I can't buy it in stores, unfortunately. So I figured I'd try this out since it's the same line of art supplies, and I hope it'll work out better. This I'm also trying out, Martha Stewart's foam pouncers. I was actually planning on buying a cheap 3-piece pouncer set. It was pretty generic for $5.99, and then I came across this set here, which was the same price, but I get a lot more different sizes. Plus, it comes in removable plastic holders, so I can clean them and use them again whenever I want. So that was definitely the better deal. Alright, so I took some prep time to make the paint you see here. It's a very thin consistency, almost watery, so I hope it's not going to be too wet and gloopy on the fabric. I also took the time to mark on my t-shirt where I plan on cutting it, because I actually want to crop this t-shirt a little. So ahead of time I measured out the length, added 5/8 of an inch for the hem, and I did a very basic basting stitch to mark where I'm going to cut this t-shirt when I'm finished. Now it's a little crooked, but I thought ahead of time and made this basting stitch outside of where I really want to cut. So just in case it does end up being crooked when I slice off the bottom, I'll at least have a little bit of leg room to trim it to a more even hem. So let's get this started. Alright, so here's my pouncer from Martha Stewart. I'm going to dip a little of it in the paint. Okay, got a little bit here, as you can see. And I'm going to lightly coat this stamp with the paint. I decided to go with this method because I don't want the dots to come out muddled on the t-shirt. So this might take some time since the paint is very thin with this medium. See, I already got some gloopiness right there, so now I'm a little worried it's gonna come out looking sloppy. That's just one of the things about crafting, you know, you just gotta roll with the punches, so to speak. Alright, let's give it a shot. I'm gonna keep it nice and straight. There we go. I'm gonna press down on the mat. Make sure that the stamp is right in there with the fabric. Alright, let's see what comes up from this. Alright, that's not too bad at all. First time, especially when I got some paint in the crevices there. Looks like it didn't really show up as much as I thought it would. Very even. So that's a good start. Alright, so let's see if we can get this to go again. I should probably shift the pad over to the left. I think I'm going to fill up this side first, and then I'm going to go fill up this side. The goal is to cover the entire t-shirt with this dot pattern. Okay, so here I am going at it again with the pouncer. So far I like this pouncer. It's pretty sturdy considering that the sponge is in a plastic holder. Yeah, so I'll have to be more careful with the sponge and the paint because I seem to be getting a lot of it on this in the crevices of this stamp. So, all right, now let's see if we can do this again. Now this time I'm gonna have to be very careful because I want these dots to be lined up. So we'll just lay it out here. Press down again. On the fabric. Lift. Okay. Not too bad. It's a little off-centered and there's some gloopiness there, unfortunately, but we'll cover it up later with something else. And, alright. Well, so far, the paint itself is not too bad. It's very thin, which I honestly didn't really expect from this medium. But I figure once it's dry, it'll look pretty snazzy. And I'm sure it'll dry quicker because it's thinner. Okay, I'm try and not have so much on my stamp. Okay. Alright, let's see if we can get this lined up properly. Alright, so just press down on the mat underneath. Lift the stamp, and yep, still got a bit of a gloopiness issue, but I'm sure we'll work that out much later. I'll probably clean out some of this paint in between the stamps here, this stamp here, before I go at it again on the other side. But yeah, so far, I am kind of liking what I'm seeing here. You know, the paint is thin, but it's not so thin it becomes too watery. Outside of the gloopiness here, which is probably because of my application of the paint, it's so far pretty decent, you know, for stamping purposes. But we'll have to wait and see. So I will continue to cover this entire t-shirt with these dots and not bore you with that. And we'll stay tuned for the next part of this video blog.